Hi, this is Kerry Artek with Wicked Stocks, bringing you the daily Tesla report for Thursday, March 16th, 2023. Please click like, if you would, each and every time you watch the Tesla report, and subscribe to the Wicked Stocks YouTube channel. You'll be provided notification each and every time new content has been uploaded. And check out wickedstocks.com. We put out the daily Apple and Tesla report every day for free on YouTube, but what you're missing at wickedstocks.com is the daily SPY report, the S&P 500 ETF, the daily Triple Q, that is the NASDAQ 100 ETF. Also, 2 individual stock picks a week. On Tuesday, we did United Health Group. We've got another one coming out Thursday, that is today for this particular trading day. Also, the S&P 500 index, the NASDAQ 100 index, the long bond TLT, the 20-year TLT. And we're also, as I mentioned yesterday, offering a 25% reduction on your first month. And that goes that lasts until Friday. It's kind of a St. Patty's Day thing we're doing. And if you click on the, once you go through the payment gateway, you've got a coupon field where you enter Lucky 2023. It's not case sensitive. You can go all caps, all lowercase, doesn't matter. Lucky 2023. That'll give you 25% off your first month, and you'll get everything that we put out. And, check us out. You've got a 5-day money-back guarantee. So if you don't like it for whatever reason, just shoot us an email and we will send you your money back, no questions asked. So on with the analysis. Tesla for the day. Work our way on the weekly charts, big picture, work our way into the day itself. So this backtracks to early January. We came off this channel support, presently 71.79 to 83.49. We are presently still expecting 241.08 as a 2 to 3 month target. This following the settlement almost 2 months ago above this band of channel resistance. Now support again in the 147.50 to 155.61 area that, if tested over the coming weeks, can absorb selling through April, through the balance of Q2. And from here, we can rally up to the 241.08 target still. Now, we are 2 full months into the 2 to 3 month objective, and obviously there's doubt as to whether we will reach that over the next month, but I've seen stranger things happen. So let's continue on with kind of the near term. 2 to 3 week is my near term. A couple of weeks ago, we settled below this pretty classic channel bottom at 203.67 today, then anticipating this rising 2/3 speed line that today is at 169.16. We tagged this speed line on Monday of this week, came off of it nicely, settled higher on the day after the move low. That's usually a sign of follow-through strength, and we got it. And so we are still expecting 1 to 2 weeks upward continuation, no longer necessarily to this channel bottom, but to this descending speed line at 196.33. This is something I was mentioning over the last couple of days. So following the testing of the 169.16 2/3 speed line, we entered a 1 to 2 week mode of expecting 196.33 and dropping. And now it's more like 3 to 5 days with the settlement on Tuesday above this 175.09 descending 1/3 speed line, which can continue to contain daily selling pressures. You look right here, 175.09 able to contain session weakness, and above which 196.33 remains a 3 to 5 day objective. Working up today, 185.50. Do I show it? Yes, I do. That is a simple descending channel top, 185.50. I have it as intraday resistance only. Now, it just might contain daily buying pressures, but I do want to get out of the way for this market because we do have a 3 to 5 day buy signal at 196.33, and we're expecting 196.33 anyway over the next week or two above 169.16 now that we've tested it. So, pushing through 185.50 may well happen today, and if so, 190.78 is likely. 190.78 is a 50% upside retracement from that February high against that recent low on Monday. 190.78 can contain session strength. And if we close today above 190.78, we should tomorrow test 196.33. I'll also say that if we merely close above this intraday resistance at 185.50, we should over the next day or two test this targeted 196.33 descending 2/3 speed line, which could contain buying well into next week, possibly through next week, and we could fall back to this rising speed line at 169.16 again within a week or two of testing 196.33. It would be a settlement above 196.33 that would signal 221 and a quarter. I'm going to say again within a week or two. That is that long-term 3/8 upside Fibonacci retracement level. I'll also go out on a limb and say that if over the coming week we settle above 196.33, that 240 is kind of up here, that long-term channel top I showed at the start of this, then I think a realistic 3 to 5 week objective. So, if we get up and over 196.33 over the next few days, then that, the 2 to 3 month target at 241.08 will hold. We actually could reach that over the following 3 to 5 weeks. So let's talk the day trade itself. Bottom picking 175.09. That's a good day trade. Selling 185.50. That's a good day trade. We could trade inside the 175.09 to 185.50 region all day. But know that I think this market is still poised for bullish continuation through the rest of the week and into next 196.33. Once again, still considered a 3 to 5 day target above this 175.09 speed line. So 185.50 if we push through it, 190.78 in reach. So if you sold 185.50 short, I'd recommend reversing at some point above 185.50 because I think 190.78 is likely, where if you went long above 185.50, profits can be taken. And finally, once again, closing above 190.78, this targeted 196.33 in reach probably tomorrow, where you could play the short side. You could liquidate a long position. If you bought the 200 or 198 out of the money calls a few days ago when we were testing this rising speed line, I'd mentioned that at the time. If you bought those, you want to liquidate those at the 196.33 point and perhaps then reach for 170 or 172 out of the money puts that don't expire for at least a week. You might go a couple of weeks out. This wedge can be filled out for more than a week. And once again, which side of the market do we close? Below 169.16 or 196.33 in the coming week or so? Odds favor above 196.33. Once again, then, if you are short the market, my suggestion would be to at least liquidate that short position and reverse and go long for the following week or two rally to 221 and a quarter. Now for the downside, if we happen to, break or open below 175.09, 169.16 in reach again today, where we can bottom out through next week, even well into April, and from here turn higher. You can see I've got all these green arrows now pointing up, and that is above 169.16, because this may have been a good move low through April, and from here we can rally onward and upward. 196.33 within 1 to 2 weeks, 221 and a quarter possibly within 2 to 3 weeks, and that 241.08 long-term resistance area possible by the end of April. Possible. But if we close below 169.16 today and you're long and your time horizon is only 3 to 5 days out or a week or two out, I think we are then likely, in fact, that would be indicated, a settlement today below 169.16 would indicate this band of long-term support on the daily chart between 147.66 and 156.06. I showed at the top of this at 147.50 to 155.61. That is the weekly chart version. This area, if tested over the next week or two, and it would be indicated if we settle today below 169.16. So if your time horizon is 1 to 2 weeks and you're long at 169.16, closing below it, my suggestion would be to at the very least liquidate it and consider going short. Going short by shorting the stock, going short by buying, say, 147, 146 out of the money puts that don't expire for at least a couple of weeks. I think it would probably take by the end of next week to reach it. So if we close below 169.16, by the end of next week, we should slip into this zone of meaningful long-term support. By the way, 146.06, I don't think I have it shown anywhere, do I? No, I don't. But 146.06 is a downside 5/8 Fibonacci from the January low to the February high. So we've got some symmetry here between 147.66, this long-term channel, and a 5/8 downside Fibonacci. This zone able to contain selling through April, even into Q3, and from here we can turn back up again. Last thing I'll say, and it's not really necessary to talk about it right now, but if we were to close below this zone of support, then we enter a 2 to 3 month sell signal into the 70s, 80s. I don't expect to see that, but that's what I would be indicating if that were to occur. But right now, this looks pretty good. We came off the speed line. We're poised for bullish continuation, recovery, and over the next 3 to 5 days, 196.33 expected. I'm pushing 10 minutes here. Please click like, subscribe, go to wickedstocks.com, enter that payment gateway, Lucky 2023. You won't regret it. Have a good evening.